So Ciphers have turned out to be one of the most fun OTK decks I've ever played with on this game. I did not expect it, but man, this deck is actually pretty solid too. You can very easily clean out your opponent's monsters by blowing them up or stealing them, and you have plenty of anti-back row protection in this deck to get through. So what's the main thing here? We really want to make a rank 8 monster. So number one, you have your Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon. Any 2 level 8 monsters will do it. We have a very easy way in the deck to get it done. So the big thing here, you can detach one from this card, steal an opponent's monster, and that monster goes up to 3,000 attack points. But the only thing that can attack directly this turn is this Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon, and it's at 3,000 attack points. So we can give it an extra 1,000 with our skill, ready to get defeated. Give it Galaxy Eyes on your board, 1,000 attack points at the end of a turn. Boom, we're at 4k attack points, swing for game, easy victories that way. But now we have an extra tool that we can utilize here. We have the Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, which can of course let you pop a monster on the board. You can XYZ summon it using the Cipher Dragon, and then you can also XYZ summon again after that into a Galaxy Eyes Cipher Blade Dragon, blow up another card on the field, and again, you can give this 1,000 attack points with your skill ready to get defeated, swing for 4,000 for game. So this deck has really powerful XYZ monsters that allow you to blow up your opponent's board or steal their monsters, get a 4,000 attack point monster, and swing for game. Quick, easy victories. So going second with this deck is extraordinarily powerful with that. Again, we have plenty of protection for anti-back row stuff, and it's actually pretty consistent too. So our main monster that we need here to go into our rank 8s is Cipher Biplane. If you have 2 Ciphers on the board, target them, boom, they both become level 8s. Super simple, and this thing can special summon itself to the field as well. If you normal summon a Cipher monster, you can special summon this from your hand to the field, boom, they become level 8s. Also, if you special summon a Cipher monster in some way, you can bring this to the field as well from your hand. So if you draw into this, boom, you can special summon it. Also, you can bring it out from the deck with the Cipher Twin Raptor. Twin Raptor will let you discard any card from your hand to special summon a Cipher from your deck, so you can bring out the Biplane. It will lock you in the Cipher monster, so you won't be able to go into the Full Armor Photon Dragon, but you can still go in the Cipher Dragon, steal a monster, swing for 8k with your skill, or level up into the Cipher Blade Dragon, pop a card on the field, again, use your skill, attack for 4k, so even if you use the Twin Raptor, you still can very easily clear out your opponent's field and go for the win. Beyond that, we also have the Cipher Mirror Knight, which when this card is in the graveyard, during the end phase, add a Cipher monster from your deck to hand. So this is going to let you add the Twin Raptor from your deck to hand, or Biplane sometimes. That way it can go into your XYZ plays. So it gives also just it's anytime it goes to the graveyard as well, right? So you don't have to send it from the field. So you can discard this with your Twin Raptor, and then get the search in the end phase, so you get the you don't lose the card advantage off the discard with the Raptor. We also have a couple of Cipher Wing here. Cipher Wing lets you special summon itself to the hand. You don't really use its effect to make your monsters level 8 too often, although you can do that in a pinch if your Biplane gets negated. You can special summon it to the board, make all of your monsters level 4. That way you can go into an XYZ summon. And we do have a couple rank 4s in our extra deck with Malevolent Sin and Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. So if you get into a situation where you have like Mirror Knight and Cipher Wing on your hand, you can special summon them, go into an XYZ play, detach, get the Knight's effect to search for Twin Raptor, and then go into your rank 8 on the following turn. The spells and traps in this deck, beyond the anti-back row, as I mentioned, 3 MST, 3 Forbidden Lance, very important. We're also running 1 Monster Reborn. You can go into your Cipher Blade Dragon, XYZ summon again for this, detach it, and then Monster Reborn it back to the board, and then XYZ summon again. Really powerful when you can do that. Either way, you're going to put like 8,000 damage on the board and completely destroy your opponents when you get Monster Reborn with this deck. We also have 2 copies of Book of Moon and then 1 copy of Treacherous Trap Hole. You can be very flexible with this with these with the other cards you're running in here. There are some other Cipher specific spells and traps you can run. I don't think they're as strong as running like some of the more generic just like staple cards of the format. But nonetheless, I think running plenty of anti-backer cards is the way to go. It doesn't matter if it's MST, Lance, Galaxy Cyclone, Cosmic Cyclone, whatever kind of anti-spell and trap cards you have, you definitely want to be running at least 3, if not 5 or 6 of them in the deck like you have here. I'm running Book of Moon and Tretch. You can run Econ, you can run whatever kind of anti-backer cards you want as well. If you want to run just rank 8s and cut the rank 4s from this deck, you can do that as well, and then choose just to run the rank 8 engine and have more copies of them so you don't run out. I usually don't find it to be too much of an issue though. So I found that running the 2 rank 4s is fine in here, because you come up situations where sometimes you just can't go into a rank 8 and but beyond that though, really fun deck. Again, the skill is ready to get defeated. Kite, and go ahead and jump straight into the gameplay. Okay, so Our opponent's going first, which is usually good for us. It means we can OTK generally on turn 2. He's going to have Cleaforts here, so he's going to be able to go for the Scout. Scout effects, search for the Monolith. So he'll be able to Pendulum Summon here, no problem. And if he Tribute Summons, he should be able to draw cards here in the end phase as well. So he does that, he Pendulum Summons the Stealth, summons another one, doesn't Tribute at all, it just has one set back row, so we can easily blow away that back row with our MST, summon the Raptor, discard from our hand, bring out Biplane, make them both level 8s, boom, we go into the Cipher Dragon. We can then use its effect to detach to steal his monster. It's going to go up to 3k attack points. We're then going to use our skill, Ready to Get Defeated, to give our other monster 1,000. So it's at 4,000 attack points now. So one Cleafort monster is going to swing over his monster, and then we can swing directly for 4,000 for the win. Easy W's. Alright, our next game is against Super Heavy Samurai, a deck that doesn't run a lot of back row, so we're fortunate, or unfortunate there, depending on how much anti-back row we draw, but here we have none in our hand, which is good. We have the Cipher Raptor, discard from our hand, bring out the Biplane from the deck, Biplane makes them both level 8, boom, we go into our Cipher, or Galaxy Cipher Dragon. We're then going to XYZ summon again into the Cipher Blade Dragon. The reason being is because Cipher Blade Dragon, when it dies, it floats, when it's destroyed by battle or destroyed in general, sent to the grave, you can bring back the other Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon from your graveyard. So it just gives you a little bit of extra protection if your opponent's trying to. We do have the TTH set. We also get the Search in the end phase because the Cipher Mirror Knight was sent to a graveyard. So we get the Twin Raptor to the hand. He summons Flutist, activates the Soul Piercer to summon from his deck, bringing out the Big Benkai. He then is going to actually go for Pendulum Scales here, not something you usually see too often. But this one, the General Quarrel, is going to let him attack twice with his Big Benkai monster. So he actually has game here if I don't have the effect to special summon from the graveyard. But we do, so swing over our monster. The Cipher Blade Dragon is going to bring back the little Cipher Dragon. He can swing over that now, attack for 1,000 directly, but we're still alive. However, though, we need to be careful here because, yes, I have TTH, but he has a way in graveyard to negate it with the Flutist, right? Flutist is going to protect him from any effect that targets, and if I destroy the Flutist on his board, this effect can then be used to negate things in the graveyard. So, although you can only use the effect once per turn, it's still something I need to be careful about. So, but fortunately, we have the Monster Reborn, so we can bring back the small Cipher Blade Dragon, immediately XYZ summon into the full Armor Photon Dragon. We're then going to summon the Raptor and then use his effect. The reason why we want to summon the full Armor Photon Dragon before doing the Twin Raptor play is because Twin Raptor locks us in the Ciphers. So we want to make sure we summon this one first. We bring out our Cipher Biplane, make both of our members rank 8. Boom, we go into the Cipher Dragon. Boom, we can XYZ summon again into the next XYZ Cipher Dragon. So now we have ways to clean out his board very easily here. We're going to go ahead and activate the skill Ready to Get Defeated, so both of our monsters have 4k attack, only one of them needs to connect. We'll activate the TTH to swing to go after both of his monsters, forcing him to use up the Flutist in his graveyard. We're then going to blow up the Big Benkai first, that way he can't protect it with the Flutist, blow up the Flutist, and then boom, he has nothing left to protect himself from the 8,000 attack points that we're about to hit him with. Okay, so this one was against Spellbook Dark Magician. This is a deck we've been seeing a bit lately. We didn't draw any monster in our hand at all, so we drew nothing but anti-back row stuff first. So that's all we can do. Fortunately, our opponent just set 2 and did nothing else, so we MST one of those back row, set our other MST, and we just got to hope to draw into some of our Cipher monsters now. We need a couple to be able to do anything, really. Well, I guess we could discard with Raptor, but we definitely need to get a Raptor to our hand to be able to XYZ summon here. So, but our opponent does draw his Spellbook cards. He finally gets his engine going, able to get Blue Boy and Secrets out, getting the Spellbook of Master so we can get the additional search off. He's got Spellbook of Knowledge. He can draw 2 cards. He's done a good job thinning out his deck here, but again, doesn't draw into anything too much. All he's able to do is set a navigation, and we blow it up immediately with the MST. So no summoning the Dark Magician there, but unfortunately the navigation is in his graveyard to negate effects in the future, so got to be wary of that. We draw a Cipher Wing, can't do anything with just a Cipher Wing. We need Raptor or Biplane now in our hand to be able to go for a play, but fortunately our opponent still just doesn't have a lot to push with. We still are able to have a Book of Moonset on their side of the field, but he finally gets the Apprentice Illusion Magician, able to get a Dark Magician to his hand, has more back row to play. Oh no, excuse me, Spellbook of Power to play here. Still not enough damage to OTK me though, so we're still alive here, only at 500 health points though. We gotta be careful. Just a simple attack from Blue Boy here will kill us now, but we finally drew a second Cipher monster, so summon the Knight, Special summon the other one from hand. He's going to use Spellbook of Fate to banish one of our Ciphers, though, and leave us with a 0 attack point monster on the board. So we're going to have to use up our Monster Reborn here, bring back the Dark Magician, clean out the Apprentice Illusion Magician so that he can't use its effect later on or swing over and win for game, but still, he can just attack over my Cipher Knight monster and win the game with that. So fortunately, our Book of Moon here, though, is going to let us protect us from life points. Instead of flipping down his monster, which will let him search again, we're going to Book of Moon our own monster, make sure we don't take any damage, and get the search in the end phase for the Raptor. So finally, we have Raptor in our hand, and we top decked into another Mirror Knight, so we can discard that. Mirror Knight will get us another search at the end phase of this turn. We summon the biplane from our deck, but he has another Spellbook of Fate set. Fate's going to banish our Raptor, so we can't go into an XYZ play, but we still have the Dark Magician, which can swing, deal some damage there, and we again get that search in the end phase, so we get another Raptor to hand. However, we did trigger our opponent's D-Draw, so he's going to activate that, get the Magician Rod. Rod's going to search for Circle. Circle's going to let him dig for Navigation or another Dark Magician card. He's going to get the Navigation here. So he has the full play set up there. He sets the Navigation. We know what it is. So summon the Raptor, activate the Biplane effect. That way we can go for a rank 8 play here. We bring out the Cipher Blade Dragon. He goes and he activates the Navigation. Navigation going to summon Dark Magician out from the hand. Illusion from the deck. Circle effect activate to banish a card, but we're going to chain the Forbidden Lance to protect our XYZ monster. He still has that Navigation engraved to negate though, but we top decked another Forbidden Lance, so we'll play the second Lance, protect our XYZ monster. No banish going to happen there. We can XYZ summon again into the Cipher Blade Dragon, use the effect, clean out the other back row, and now we're free to swing over his monster, which is more than enough damage to win since he's only at 1500. Get the win in this game despite the terrible opening. Okay, so we got a game against DD here, and we're going first, which is never great, but we do have Biplane in hand with the Mirror Knight, so we can go for a rank 8 play, XYZ summon again into the next Galaxy Cipher Dragon. And we do have a floater on the board and a card that can search when it goes to the graveyard as well. So set the Book of Moon so we have some kind of protection here. Our opponent has the Dark Gate. He's worried about this back row, so he's going to search out the Orthos and activate it, using it to pop his own continuous spell and my Book of Moon, getting it off the field. He goes for the Kepler. Kepler's going to give him a search for the trap card now. Now he has the skill, so that's going to give him his other Pendulum Scale. It's going to put the Doom King Armageddon on the extra deck so he can Pendulum Summon it to the field very easily, which he does do. He then sets 2 back row and passes. Interesting choice. I go ahead and activate my effect to pop his back row, change it to destroy my monster. Interesting that he didn't, like, I guess he could have done it earlier, right, so that I wouldn't have been able to activate my effect at all to even destroy his back row card, and he could have done this exact play where he destroys it and pops it, but hey, he didn't do that. He should have used toggle on to be able to do that, like in my draw phase or my standby phase, whatever. But yeah, learn how to use the toggle for sure. That'll help you out. So he floodgates my monster, but again, we have the follow-up plays. We have the Mirror Knight. We have the Biplane, so we can summon. It's going to give us Biplane's effect to activate to give us 2 level 8s on the field. XYZ summon again. We didn't use Raptor's effect, so we can go into the full armor Photon Dragon, pop his monster, swing for 4K for game. Easy win over DDDs.